Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you? And welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. In this video, we are going to be exploring the secrets of TAKODANA. So let's get straight into this because there's some really awesome stuff, and towards the end of the video, we are going to be seeing some stuff you just do not expect. So stay tuned. So let's kick things off with the Blast or Strike version of the map, not the Galactic Assault version, where you would spawn as the First Order in Galactic Assault. There are just shadows where the First Order transports should be. But if we take a look inside Maz's statue, there's nothing inside there, there's nothing inside the base of the statue, unfortunately. But now let's take a look at what's behind the door where Rey gets her lightsaber from. Well, there is nothing. I actually made a video on this back in the Battlefront beta and was hoping maybe in the release of the game there was an Easter egg, but it's just like the beta. There is nothing, sadly. There literally is nothing. I was hoping maybe for a sound effect, just something, but no. So in this room we have a couple of paintings that are Easter eggs. I love this one of Chewie and Maz though. That is just fantastic. Whoever's idea it was to put that in there, hats off to you. Really good job. Now this wardrobe or cupboard, whatever you want to call it, has some chains over it. There's nothing inside it, but it not only has a lock on, but it also has some chains, and I just found that quite interesting. There is obviously something in there Maz does not want people to get access to, or someone doesn't want someone else to have access to. Now, this room's special because there's actually music playing. I made a special video on this many months ago. When you go near this doorway, which does not open, and it's actually got boxes stacked behind it, and you can kind of see them come through the door. It's not very well placed. There is music. Is the music from this part of the film. I don't know why, but it's there, and it still is there many patches later, and I made a video back in December, I think, on this. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Here are some stairs that lead to nowhere, just blocked entrances. This castle technically is not 100% legit because there are staircases leading to broken staircases and blocked walls, and the staircases just don't make sense because they literally take you up to a floor or a ceiling depending what floor you're on, and you can't go up there. It's just the way the level is built, okay? It has to happen in games development. Now in these towers above the castle, there is nothing in there either. This is a part of the map you cannot access. It just goes to show how big this castle is, to be honest, because when you're playing, you're typically only on the first floor, but there are so many different rooms, and I think that's fantastic. It's just a really awesome place to go. Now, behind that musical door, there is a brick wall, yet on the other side, there is a door. It's kind of odd. I don't get it, who designed this part of the map. But then again, it's probably true to how the castle does look in The Force Awakens. Here we have the Millennium Falcon in all of its glory. It looks fantastic, and I really wish we could get closer to it in-game. There's nothing different about this model compared to the Falcons we've seen in previous maps. It's basically the same, but the sequel trilogy era one. As we explore the outer boundaries of this map, there is not much there. It's mainly just grass and some really low-res textures, but more interestingly though, this part of the water has some really low quality water because it's so far away and just does not need it. I found that kind of interesting. But here we have a red poly that is looking like lava. It has some shadows on for some trees. I don't know what that's about. And then we also have one that's for blue as well, with a lot more detail. And I'm pretty sure they're shadows of the trees above it. So here we have a fire spray, which is the class of ship Slave 1 is. And this has a really nice colour scheme, in my opinion. It's actually missing its wings that rotate when it takes off. It's got a bit of red. It's kind of plain in comparison to Boba's and Django's Slave 1 in terms of colours, but I do like the look of it. And this has not really changed since the beta, although I'm pretty sure the textures have changed a little bit. So this is a second tunnel that is completely inaccessible in both maps, and in this blast variant of TAKODANA, it actually has a large gaping hole around it. I don't know why. I mean, you can't see it. Maybe that could potentially be patched up in the future. Who knows? We also have one of those purple thing. We also have one of those things that are purple there. I don't know why. So now let's take a look at the Galactic Assault variant of TAKODANA. So during the cinematic, we have X-Wings and we have troop transports, TIE fighters flying around the map. They're all well detailed, but they're no different from what we've seen in previous videos. We also have some nice birds there that are pretty cool. Inside this resistance transport, there is nothing. It's very similar to what we've seen in the past. Now, here's something more interesting. We actually have two resistance Nicktoons who are aliens that are fighting for the resistance. They're not in the game as customization options yet. I'd assume this is going to be one of the heads we will get in this next update for Battlefront 2, because they're literally in the cutscene, running away. Kind of crazy, right? Here is an owl that actually looks more like a porg now I think about it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's very well detailed, that's for sure. And I was just going under the floor of the game and I discovered a resistance troop transport. But it's really messed up. It's like it's on fire. I don't really know what it is. I mean, part of it is completely burned out, I think. The lights are still on. The lights are still working, but it's like it's molten. Maybe that's just because of the lighting? I don't know. We also have this cylinder that's really low poly below the map. All of these are just on the Galactic Assault map. I don't know why they are, but they're not on the Blast variant. So the smaller version of this map, they're not there. So if we go to the First Order spawn, we have some troop transports which are just what we've seen previously. They're very well modelled and detailed, but there's nothing different from the last time. But this is not right. We actually have two First Order TIE fighters under the map, side by side, perfectly. Why they're there, I don't know. Maybe it is to spawn them in, I don't know, but it's kind of funny because they are there, and it makes sense given that, you know, there are TIE fighters on the Galactic Assault variant compared to the Strike variant, but still, funny nevertheless. The fact that we have a few things on the map is always good to see. So that is all for the exploration of TAKODANA. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know in the comment section what discovery you found the most interesting. Was it the TIE fighters? Was it the resistance transport? Was it the Nicktoons? Let me know. And be sure to drop a like, I'd really appreciate that, and of course subscribe and turn those notifications on so you never miss another exploration video from me. If you missed any of the two previous videos on screen, go check them out, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.